Welcome to the DOCUTRACK Service Module training video. Part 1 of a service job begins with entering the customer's service concern on the DOCUTRACK website. You'll sign in using your normal username and password. This will open the home page dashboard. Now you are going to go to the Jobs drop-down and select Add New. You are now ready to begin a new service job. Enter the job information beginning with the RO number. If this is an existing customer in your DOCUTRACK database, simply begin typing their name in the customer field and select them from the drop-down. If this is a new customer, select Add New to open the Contact Details window. You will want to enter as much information as possible for the customer. Once all of the information is entered, select Save. If this is an existing customer, select the drop-down arrow in the Vehicle field to select the customer's existing vehicle from the drop-down. If this is a new customer or the customer has a new vehicle, select Add Vehicle to open the Vehicle Details window. Again, enter as much information as possible for the vehicle, starting with the VIN number. This will automatically populate the year, make, and model. Once all information is completed, select Save. Now, select Next and select the Service Detail tab. In the Service Specifics box, enter the Open On date by selecting the calendar icon and selecting today's date. Next, enter the proposed completion date by again selecting the calendar icon and selecting the date you propose the service work will be finished. Leave the completion date open at this time. Next, enter the current mileage for the odometer in from the customer's vehicle and select Save. The Service Concerns and Inspections box is where we will detail the reason the customer has brought their vehicle in for service. You will begin by selecting Add Item to open the Condition Selection window. As you can see, there are 3 general categories to select from: accessible vehicle, adaptive equipment, and chassis. Each category has a drop-down list that relates to that part of the vehicle to further drill down on the customer's concern. Each underlying category also has a drop-down list that drills down even further on the customer's concern. At this step, we are going to focus on the main category. Once you identify the correct category for the customer's concern, you will select Add Concern. For this training, we're going to select accessible vehicle relating to the ramp platform and a noisy motor. As you can see, when you select Add Concern, it opens a new window to detail the customer's concern for the technician. You can enter a general concern as well as any other cause or comments for the customer. You can also enter notes for shop eyes. Entering anything into this field can only be viewed internally. It will not show up on any of the customer forms that are generated. And select Save. If there are no other reasons the customer has brought their vehicle in for service, close out the Condition Selection window. Otherwise, repeat the previous steps from the main categories to detail any other customer concerns. At this point, we can use the Jobs drop-down to return to the Open Jobs dashboard. Part 2 of a service job is the pre-service inspection. This moves us to the DOCUTRACK tablet. You will begin on the tablet by logging on to DOCUTRACK with your normal username and password. When prompted, select Service as the type of job you are performing. Then select I agree in response to the warning message. Ensure that pre-service inspection is selected. You are then going to select the customer by select Customer field and scroll down to find the customer. You will see that the top line item is the reason the customer has brought their vehicle in for service. Below that, you will once again see the 3 general categories of adaptive equipment, accessible vehicle, and chassis, along with the drill down categories for each. This will allow you to provide the customer with information about additional areas of their vehicle that were inspected. As the inspection is completed, you will detail the condition and recommendation, provide a photo or video, and information on any necessary action for the customer. When you select the condition, you will find a drop-down list that gives you options related to that area of concern. Each condition has two choices: recommend service or needs immediate action. You may also select no issues or remove condition. For this training, we are stating that the ramp motor is grinding and service is recommended. When you select recommendation, you will find a drop-down list giving you the options of replace, repair, diagnose, and service. You will then select the camera icon to take either a photo or a video of the area of concern. You have the option to select retry if you need to retake, or select OK to upload. Since the training issue relates to a noisy motor, we're going to select take video. Next, you will select the pencil icon to enter notes about the needed service for the customer. The For Customer box is where you will enter the cause of the service issue. Simply touch the box to open the keyboard. The DOCUTRACK app allows you to speak the words, and the app will do the typing. Just select the microphone icon on the keyboard and begin speaking. Ramp motor failing, period. Will need to be repaired, period. Then simply tap the microphone icon to stop recording. If it typed a word incorrectly, simply touch the word and select the correct spelling or phrase from the pop-up. There is also an area for shop eyes only. This is where you can enter information for the service manager. Information will not appear on any customer forms. This is also where you'll be able to see any notes the service manager has left for you. Estimate 1 hour labor. You will repeat each of these steps for each area inspected. For this training, we are going to inspect the driving controls, and we are going to say that we recommend service that they need adjusted. They need repaired, and we're going to take a photograph and select OK. And we're going to let the customer know what needs to be done. Next, we're going to inspect retractable wheelchair securement straps, and we're going to say that the belt is worn and we recommend that it needs immediate action. We're going to recommend that they be replaced, and we're going to take a photograph. And of course, let the customer know what needs to be done. Next, we're going to take a look at some areas of the chassis. We're going to let the customer know that their tires have low tread and that we recommend that they need immediate action. Please notice that the recommendation options change slightly when entering information for the chassis. The options now include repair at authorized facility. This is the category you would use for any needed service that would not be performed in-house, such as tire replacement. Take our photograph and let the customer know that those tires are an area of concern. As you can see, each item inspected is color-coded. Red needs immediate action, yellow, service is recommended, and green, there are no issues. Once all inspections have been entered, return to the service dashboard. Part 3 of a service job is reviewing the inspection information. This returns us to the DOCUTRACK website. From the Open Jobs dashboard, scroll down to locate the customer and select View. In the Service Concerns and Inspections box, you will see that all of the areas inspected are now displayed and color-coded by severity of concern. Red, needs immediate action; yellow, recommend service; green, no issues. Each item inspected also includes the recommended action. In the correction column, you will enter the service needed to correct the problem. To enter the information, simply select the correction field. At this time, you will enter the cost for each item broken down by parts, labor, shop supplies, and sublet. Once completed, you will select the inspection report to reprint and review with the customer. Before we do, please note that each item inspected includes the option to exclude that line item from reports. Simply select this icon to do so. Now back to the inspection report. You will see that the inspection report once again breaks the inspection into color-coded categories. Green, item is inspected with no issue; blue, the service requested by the customer; red, items needing immediate action; and yellow, items you're recommending be serviced. The cost of repairs is also broken down by these categories. You will see the report includes any photos or videos that were taken of the inspected areas so they can be shown to the customer. If the customer will be reviewing the forms remotely, emailing it to them is easy. Simply select the Customer Forms tab and select the form or forms you would like to send. Then select the envelope icon to open the Email Forms window. If the customer's email address is in the system, it will automatically populate for you. If not, simply select the email address field to enter it. You can send the form with the pre-populated message or select the message field to enter your own message. Then select OK, and the forms will be sent. The great part is the link for any photos or videos is live, so whether you are reviewing the report with the customer in person or emailing it to them to review remotely, simply select the camera icon to view the photo or watch the video. Once you have reviewed the inspection report with the customer and they have determined which items they would like to have serviced, you will select each item they would like to have serviced by placing a check on the box and the line of the customer selected column. At this time, you will also enter any amount of deposit paid by the customer for the service and select Save. Then you will select the work order to print and review with the customer. This report breaks down the cost of the service by item and totals the invoice amount, any deposit paid, and the balance due. At this point, you can return to the Open Job screen because Part 4 of the service job is performing the selected work and the post-service inspection, and this returns us back to the DOCUTRACK tablet. Once logged on to the tablet for the service job, first step is to select Post-Service Inspection, then select Customer, and find the customer. You will see the inspection items are once again color-coded by red, needs immediate action, and yellow, recommend service. Items that were inspected with no issues are no longer going to display. You will also see that the Customer Selected column tells the technician what services the customer has chosen to have completed. For this training, the customer has selected to have the retractable wheelchair belts replaced and have the ramp motor repaired. Then you will take a photo or video of the completed service. Then you will select Completed to finish that line of service. You will repeat each of these steps for each item selected by the customer. And once finished with all of the items that the customer has selected, you will return to the service dashboard. The final part of a service job is reviewing the completed work with the customer. This turns us once again to the DOCUTRACK website. From the Open Jobs dashboard, scroll down to locate the customer and select View. Now you will select the completion report to print and review with the customer. The service completion report color codes the service into two categories: blue, services performed, and yellow, services declined by the customer. This way, the customer is aware of services that may need completed at a future date or services that need completed at an authorized facility. Services declined will also remain in the system, so if the customer brings the vehicle back with these areas of concern, you'll be able to see that they were part of a previous inspection. The completion report also includes any photos or videos of the completed work. Once the report has been reviewed with the customer and the transaction is completed, you will want to close the service job so that it is no longer displays on the Open Jobs dashboard. Closing the job is simple. In the Service Specifics box, you will enter the completion date by selecting the calendar icon and selecting the date of completion. You will also want to enter the odometer out reading. Then select Save. Use the Jobs drop-down to return to the Open Jobs dashboard. And if you scroll down, you'll see that the customer is no longer displayed. Congratulations, you have entered your first service job.